Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. Really? So, there's three stories that's going on, and one of them is entirely meaningless. And if you watched today's episode, you know which one I'm talking about. And if you didn't watch today's episode, I'm talking about the John and Marlena scenes. People that love romance and stuff like that, you're gonna enjoy that part, because it's their anniversary and they're talking about it, their memories and stuff like that. Outside of that, nope, just entirely filler. I will say on the other hand, they show clips of, like years ago, decades ago, clips of young John and Marlena. Christ. I mean, I almost didn't even recognize John. And I gotta sit there and say, the fact they've been on that show for that long, wow. That is something. I gotta, if nothing else, if I take nothing else away from that, their scenes, is the fact that they've been on this show for so long. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I'm just, like, impressed. Yep, that's about it for them. Alright. Because I'm so happy to talk about this part. Kayla and Steve. So they get into it because Steve is like, you know what, listen, I'm going to believe my son. Kayla is just... Listen, I'm trying to understand where Kayla's coming from, because the way Kayla sees it is that she's looking at it from science, she's looking at it from facts, and the facts of the matter is that Trip came up as Allie's, as Henry's biological father. So, with that being said, she's like, listen, the proof is already there. And you sitting there denying this, it's not helping anything. Now, I understand where she's coming from. But then she starts saying stuff like, you not validating what Allie went through, is a shame, or is saying something negative towards every person that's been a survivor, including me. And I was like, whoa. Let's just kind of take it down a notch, all right? And the reason why, I'm not gonna lie, the reason why that kind of irked me so much is because he wasn't coming out and trying to make it seem like he wasn't doing it in a disrespectful way. If he was doing it in a disrespectful way, then I can be like, alright, I'm behind you 100%. But at the end of the day, Trip is his son. He's going to defend his son. And listen, let's just sit there and say, for the sake of argument, that Trip actually did it. Let's just say that he did it. Now I can sit there and be like, alright, you know what, Steve, that's kind of scumbag move right there. But I'm not a parent. So I can't sit there and be like, I don't have that connection, that I guess you want to call it a spider sense, whatever you want to call it, that instinct to sit there and protect your child no matter what, no questions asked, no hesitation. So, just coming from it as a parent, if he's sitting there saying he didn't do it, he's protecting him, period. He wants to sit there and try to find another way. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I get it. Even if it came out that he did do it. We can all sit there and say that he's being a scumbag about it, but you know what? Sit there and say that he is disrespecting every woman, including her, as far as being a survivor. It was like, alright, that's like, That is, I mean, the definition of blowing out of proportion, you are taking that way too far. And so I'm not gonna lie, halfway through the conversation, I was just like, all right, it's like, how much more of this am I gonna actually have to sit there and deal with it? And that's literally what goes on throughout the entire time, that they're going back and forth, back and forth. They're spreading apart, and then you got Jennifer and Kayla on one side, you got Steve and Jack on the other side. And, Jennifer's like, listen, you can't let this get between you two. And Kayla's like, I don't know. And I get it. They're a super couple. So, with that being said, I mean, I'm just kind of looking at this like, all right, bye. Bye. You can't get over it. Just, like, go. I don't know. I've never been one for ultimatums. Ever. But, she sees this as a potential roadblock. And, Jack is there talking to Steve. 1 second. I had a sneeze, and it's not pretty, to say the least. So yeah, I had a, so yeah, Jack is there talking to Steve, and Steve is pretty much just like, I don't want to talk about it. We're pretty much here for your thing. Let's just not talk about it. And Jack was like, he brings up some sort of incident, I guess something that happened. And he's like, until I was able to deal with it, until I was able to face it, I never really felt like I was healed or whatever. And it really doesn't go well. And to be honest, it doesn't really go anywhere. Because, honestly, to tell you the truth, they pretty much kind of just table it. There's one point where Kayla walks outside and Steve walks up to her, and Kayla's like, let's just table it for tonight. Let's just be there for them. We can just deal with it in the morning or whatever. So now we're gonna get to this other part. Yes. Jake decides. Jake goes to the party with Kate. Kate asks him to go. Jake plays hard to get for some reason, but he winds up going anyway to, to Chad's, displeasure. He goes there. Also, I should sit there and mention, Abe's son Theo came back into town. I have no idea who he is. I mean, I know he's Abe's son, but I don't really know what the history is or anything like that. But he comes back and Abe is happy, so cool. The whole time, Chad is there giving, Jake the stink eye, this, that, and the third, and, he's there saying to Kate, like, why'd you invite him here? And, Kate is just like, we're gonna keep an eye on him. Okay, Kate, cool, yeah, let's just use that excuse. Alright, we're just gonna keep an eye on him here. Whatever. Now, this whole time, here's the thing that I want people to understand before I really get into it. I don't think that Abby is a terrible character. But I do think that she is pretty naive, and in this episode, she was, dumb and somewhat childish. So, after she finds the letter, I guess, about whatever is in it between Kate and Jack, she starts acting like a 7-year-old child. Listen, here's the thing. Your parents are grown as adults. Okay? What they do with their marriage, whatever this issue was, whatever this bump in the road was years ago. Or it was a year ago. Your parents are happy. They're good. They're in a good place. Like, let it go, Like, it's not going to do anything to bring whatever this letter up is. But the whole night, she's sitting there, fuming and, practically, like, panting and everything like that. And Gwen is like, hey, you know what? You should have a drink. Abby's like, I don't think that's a good idea because of my medication. Gwen is like, well, these are special circumstances. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, when she said that, I was just like, Are you serious? Like, I can't even laugh about that. I was just like, you know, you're on medication for whatever's going on with you in your head. I get it, you're upset, and you want to sit down and have a drink, but, like, really? So, yeah, she's drinking, and she's drinking, and she gets to the party, and she drinks more, and more, and more, and, you know, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, when Chad looked at her, because he was like, you don't seem like you're pretty happy here, I was thinking, Chad, you know your wife, you know, takes medication, and I mean, you really think it's a good idea for her to be drinking while she might be on some sort of medication? That just skips over his head for some odd reason. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just thought about it now, but I'm like, bro, that's your wife. Like, what? So she's fuming and fuming and fuming and drinking and drinking and drinking. And finally she gets to the end, and, you know, it's her, because everyone's there speaking, you know, happy thoughts about, you know, Jack and Jennifer's perfect marriage. And finally, Abby gets up there, and she's all, like, mad and furious, and you can just tell the awkward tension between her and everyone else is there. Everyone else that's there is just like, ugh, this is uncomfortable. Where's she going with this? And finally, she's like, you know, you deserve to know the truth, Mom, and I have this in a letter between Jack and Kate. And I'm like, what do you think you're gonna... Listen, I get it. It's a soap opera. We gotta stir up some trouble, some drama. I get it. But on a level of petty and childish and just stupid, this is up there. You know, she's all... I mean, I guess the plan is to expose... you know, Jack for, like, being, I don't exactly know. I don't know if they actually had a thing, like if they actually did anything, or he just had feelings for her. But either one of those scenarios, it's kind of dumb. It happened, it was a year ago. Your mom is happy. Why ruin that? Why screw that up? Like, what is that going to accomplish? So now you're just going to make your mom and your dad unhappy because you felt like, I don't know, you was on some sort of, like, moral high or something. And yeah, that's pretty much where it leaves off at. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually pretty much about it. I mean, yeah, there was some stuff between, JJ trying to get with Gwen and... Listen, I know somebody in the comment section said that she was pretty, I mean, I don't think that she's ugly. I don't really think that she's, I don't think she's attractive at all. And I can say more things that's mean about it, but I'm just not going to. She has a nice accent, so, you know, that's cool. Honestly, to tell you the truth, at this point, whatever this secret is, I guess it's going to come out on Monday because, you know, why not? I really want to get, you know what, this is pretty much the end of the review. Just my closing thoughts. I really want to get to the point where we find out what is up Gwen's, like, what is her deal? I decided to not be, like, crass or whatever. What is her deal? Why is she so upset? I mean, I've read the comments, because I always read the comments that, you know, when people write the when people write in the comment section. And, you know, some people are sitting there thinking that, well, someone said that there's a possibility that that Gwen could be, you know, Jack's, you know, daughter or whatever, and that could be kind of interesting. I mean, that would certainly feed into the animosity of, you know, how she grew up and, you know, her getting back at Abby for, I guess, not having the life that she had or whatever. I don't know. Honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie. It would make sense. I would also sit there and say, boo-hoo, grow up. Things happen to a lot of people. What makes you so special and all sorts of things. But that could be a possibility. You know, it could be the fact that she is a long lost child of Jack. I don't know why there's something. But yeah, that could be one theory, and it really needs to be something. And, you know, I'll tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie. Whatever it is, at least it would make sense. At least it would actually have a reason why. Even if it's dumb, even if it's a reason why I'm just like, wow, you are really petty. I can sit there and say, you know what, you have a reason. Because we're into, 2 months now? With this grudge between Abby for, unknown reasons. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like the John and Marlena stuff? I didn't think it was terrible. I just kind of thought it was, filler. What do you think of Abby? Do you think that she's in the right for her exposing her dad for whatever she's exposing him for? Do you think that at all these years or this whole year, whatever, that it's like, kind of let it go, they're happy. It's not like it's going to happen again or whatever. Just let it go and move on. Or do you think that, her mother has the right to know? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.